Good evening, everybody. My name is Randy, and I want to welcome you all to another episode of RG22 Outdoor Adventures. And in this video, I am going to be doing another reel review. I've done three others already: the Piscifun Alajos 400, the Piscifun Alajos 300, and then I did a Houghton Scorpion King 300 reel review. And this reel we're going to do is made by the same company as the Scorpion King. It actually shows up on the same page as the Scorpion King. And believe it or not, it retails for I think $24. And I got it on Amazon on special for about $14 to $15. So we're going to see what a $14 or $15 bait casting reel looks like. Then we're going to do a review, see what we think of it and everything like that after the unboxing. And then I'll come up with my preliminary thoughts. We'll get it out in the water when we have no ice, and we can get a really good breakdown on what the reel is going to be like then. And we can probably continue on with the review, but this is just going to be an initial, what we think of the reel, and would it be worth buying based on our first sight and how we think it looks and feels and things like that. So without further delay, let's get on to the review, and I'll show you the other reels combined. Okay? All right, so we're going to get started on that. Okay, so these were the two reels that I reviewed previously. The Piscifun Alajos 300, the Houghton Scorpion King 300, and now it's time to unbox this Houghton HTNS, the Night Shadow. It's in a left-hand configuration. As you can see, it's made in China. Got it from Amazon. Paid roughly around $15 for it. Nice simple box, nothing overly complicated or elaborate or anything like that. We're going to take it out of the box now so we can get this box opened. Like most reels, it comes with a exploded view of the reel. Comes in Chinese and English if you ever need to order a part, or if you're going to try to figure out how to put this back together when you take it apart. And we don't have the regular conventional handle on this. We have a power handle. So let's get the reel out of the box. Pretty simple. There's nothing, no foam, nothing like that. Not like the Scorpion King. That came in a really neat package. This one's pretty simple. Get it out of the bag. Okay, so there's the reel. Left-hand retrieve, which is something I'm not used to. Power handle. Now if you notice, the 300 reel's power handle is pretty big, and like I said, it fit right in the palm of my hand, and it seems like it's made pretty sturdy. This one looks like it's made with a plastic for the body, I believe plastic for the reel seat, a nice knob. It's really nice. It's nice, and it's got these ports on it. Looks really good. Has a really nice feel to it when I'm reeling it in too. Alright, so I think maybe we can go over the specs on the reel. Okay, so according to the specs, the reel weighs around, says 230 grams. It feels pretty light. It really does. It's a nice light reel. Now it says that it's made of metal, but this does not look like metal to me. This really looks like plastic, some sort of plastic. It doesn't feel like metal. It doesn't have that sturdy feel to it, but I think it's made of plastic. I don't think it's made of aluminum or metal or anything like that. Now this handle is definitely made of metal. That is definitely made of metal. This is plastic here, so it feels the same as the body of the reel. Now this says NS200, so what I thought I was buying was a 300 series reel, but evidently it's a 200 series reel. So let's kind of go over let's go over the parts of the reel. We're going to start with the handle. So this has a power handle on it. Okay, so the power handle, it's attached. It has this little retainer, the nut on here. This nice palm handle, which we already said, it's got some nice porting on it. Working our way to the star drag. Has a nice click, so you know whether you're getting, and you can tell when you're getting loose or when you're getting tight. You can really feel it. and it gives you that click so you know you're moving it. Okay. We then have the spool tension knob right here, which for me it's kind of awkward because I'm used to it being over here. But again, it doesn't have a click on it, which would be nice if it did, but it doesn't, so you can tell if it's getting easier to take off or more difficult. But I think the star knob really gets in the way there. And that's our spool tension. So let's loosen this all the way. Remember the Piscifun had some play in it, and I think if I remember the Houghton had some play in it too. So there's some nice play when it's loose all the way. So we're going to tighten this down. A little bit of play still. Let's get it all the way tight and see how much play is in it. I don't really see any play in it. If there is, there's probably just a little bit, and we need some sort of dial indicator to measure it. The body, like I said, the body looks like it's made of a plastic. Looks like it's got some pretty decent tolerances too. It looks pretty tight. It's got one, two, three screws to hold the body on. An aluminum spool. Nice worm gear here. Oval line, which I guess is to allow for a more tighter coil, so it goes out further, so you get further casts. Makes it more efficient. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's a 6.3 to 1 gear ratio. Based on the diameter of the line, it goes by, it's in metric, so 0.28 millimeters. I don't know what pound test that is. It holds 190 meters, which is way more than a football field, and 0.28 millimeters, 205 meters of line. This reel will hold. So I mean, it'll hold a good amount of line. Okay. It's got a nice push button. Engages really nicely. The last reel that I reviewed was, now these are made by the same company, and you can definitely tell one is way bigger than the other. But nice, easy button to engage. The Piscifun, these two definitely, you can definitely tell the size difference between the two reels. This one feels much better. This has a way better feel to it, and it's definite. You know you're engaging it. But this one actually does pretty good too. Okay, let's move on to the other side of the reel right here. Now this is our magnetic brake, and what's nice about this one, and we'll go back to this Houghton reel, which really doesn't have, it just has an arrow. So I'm going to assume if we turn it all the way clockwise, then we're going to be all the way tight, counterclockwise, all the way loose. So no braking. This reel, if you see max 20 and 0, so let's take it all the way to 0. So we have 0 here. And there's a lot of little different increments within this brake that you can set it at. 0 being no braking at all. So really good chance of getting backlashes if you're not good with thumb control. To taking your brake all the way to 20, to the point where you have that to 20, this is adjusted properly, you should get no backlashes. Okay, and you have all these different little settings in between. Which, seeing how, yeah, okay. So you have all these different settings in between that you can set your brake to. You have this, which allows the cover to pop off, revealing our magnetic brake system, which looks really nice. It's got a nice amount of oil in there. It's pretty stout. Here's our spool, part of the worm gear. And then when you want to just put this back on, slide it on like so. It engages nicely, kind of. And then we just lock it into place. And that should be locked into place now. There's a little bit of a gap there that might have to be adjusted. Getting to our reel foot. Now, if you notice, the reel foot on this one does not, to me, it doesn't look like metal. It doesn't feel like metal. It has more of a plasticky feel to it versus this one, which is definitely metal. The Scorpion King, definitely metal. Remember, these are made by the same manufacturer. The Piscifun definitely is metal. Definitely metal. So we've kind of looked at this entire reel so far. Oh, we got graphics. So the graphics on it are pretty neat. If you're into spiders, there's a spider, and there's a spider there. Right there, there's a spider. There's our spool, and it's got this, looks like it's got this little tiny knob right there. There's a little knob right there that I think is probably to catch the line when you're trying to spool the reel up. And it also tells you you're fishing with a night shadow. And then it's got another spider. And I'm assuming this 18 is the ball bearings on the reel. Okay, so let's see what kind of drag this has. Okay, so the specifications show that the drag is a 7 kilogram drag, which 7 kilos comes out to about 15.4 pounds of drag. Piscifun Alejos was, I think, 33, and this one was around, I think, 22 or in the 30s, if I remember correctly. So I think we talked about a lot of the specs on the reel. Feel-wise, you know, it doesn't have a bad feel. It feels pretty good in the hand. I like how the crank feels. It feels nice and smooth. So I am going to put this on the rod that we bought. So we bought this Shimano Sojourn, and this rod can handle 1 to 4 ounce weights. It's a medium heavy action, and it will handle up to 100 pound braid, and it's a 7 foot 6 inch. Really got a really nice fast action to it. Really good tip top guide. So there is no doesn't look like there's a ring in there, because I did the same thing to this one, to my old one. I just put a regular tip top on it, and they have the same. You can see it's got the same tip top. So let's put this on the reel and let's see how this looks on the rod. Let's see how this reel looks. And if you guys are wondering about these Sojourn rods, I've actually used one for probably 3 years. They're not bad rods, and for the money, I don't think you can go wrong for an entry-level rod if you're just starting to get into this sport of musky fishing. Now, I thought when I purchased this I was getting a 300 series reel. So there we go. So there's what the reel looks like on the rod. Doesn't look too bad. Not bad at all. The rod has a nice cork handle to it. It's really comfortable. Nice EVA foam foregrip. Again, pretty comfortable. Black guide wraps with some red accents. Some nice metallic red accents. And then it just goes to plain black. But as you can tell, the reel, okay, so it's really nice in the palm of my hand, as you can see. So if we're simulating reeling something in, there you go. It feels really comfortable. It feels like it gives a nice balance to the rod. So all in all, I think this is going to be a pretty good setup. But like I said, only time on the water will tell about how this reel is going to work. My final thoughts on this reel right now, without it being spooled up with line, without casting any baits, is it feels good. It feels comfortable in the hand. As you can see, my hand covers it nicely. Unfortunately, I'll fish like this, so this is perfect, just like this. Reeling in, it feels really comfortable. It feels smooth. Nice butt to engage. And as you can tell, it fits pretty good on this rod, and it feels like it balances it nicely. So let's see. I would say it balances it out pretty good. It's not tip heavy, it's a little on the heavy side in the butt of the rod. Let's move it there. There we go. So it has a nice balance to it. Okay, like I said, it feels pretty good in the hand. Feels pretty comfortable. And I think for my wife, it's gonna be a pretty good reel for her. All right, so I hope you guys got a little bit of something out of this video. I know I've done some reviews on some nice, inexpensive Amazon reels. Really good for people who are just starting out. Just to kind of prove you don't have to break the bank and get super premium tackle to get out on the water and have a good time. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to videos. Just want to thank everyone for their subscriptions and everything like that and watching the video. So we'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.